Welcome to Texas Farmstead Living. I'm Karen. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to ferment cucumbers. But first, let's go to the garden and pick the cucumbers. We've picked our fresh cucumbers. We've gone and picked a few grape leaves, and we have washed the cucumbers with cool water. And make sure that you don't use warm water, because the bacteria on the skin of the cucumbers is what is going to help us ferment our cucumbers. That is cucumbers' favorite microbe is bacteria. So let's get started. What you'll need for this project, of course, is fresh cucumbers. Organic is best. You'll need some filtered water. I'm going to use peppercorns and garlic today. And today for fermenting, we're going to use just regular Morton canning salt. But of course, on any salt you use, make sure you check the label. But you can use sea salt also, but we're going to use this today. I like to use quart wide mouth jars because I don't really like to make large quantities at once of pickles, because if something went wrong, I would just want to lose a quart, not a half gallon. So this is the size that I always use in the wide mouth. And you will need some kind of, I'm going to use a bubbler today and a fermentation lid. But you can just use a lid and a canning ring will work fine also. And you'll need a weight of some kind to put on the top of your pickles to make sure that they stay under the brine. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is you need to take the blossom end off of your cucumbers, because it has an enzyme that will cause the hollow pickle syndrome. So just cut those off, and I usually cut off the stem end also, but go ahead, the blossom end. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to slice our cucumbers. So I slice them pretty wide because cucumbers are mostly made of water, and as you ferment, the water is expelled, and so they're going to shrink a whole lot. Here's a comparison. These have been fermenting for about a week, and these are the freshly cut. So you can see how much smaller after fermenting. Okay, as you go, you might want to add a few peppercorns. That's kind of what I do. And you might want to add some garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and get a clove of garlic ready. Okay, I'm just going to slice the garlic in half. Okay, now we're ready to make the liquid to go on the cucumbers. Now, I don't like to get a pan out, and I like to make things as simple as possible. And a lot of times, if I just have a few cucumbers just right before I go to bed, I'll just stick them in a jar and ferment them. But I like to just make my brine in a pint-sized jar. So just fill your jar up, and that's about 2 cups. And so I always know I'm making a quart, and a pint is almost exactly. I don't like to have leftover brine. I just don't have a place to store it, and I just like to do it this way. See, it's always perfect. I like to add a grape leaf because it will keep your pickles really crispy. So I just, kind of fold it. But if you don't have access to a grape leaf, then you can use a tea bag. And I would put that at the bottom, or you could use a little loose tea if you wanted. But also this will help keep the grape leaves will help keep the pickles submerged, because you do not want them to get any air. There needs to be liquid brine above them, and that'll help prevent mold. So that's very important. So you also need to use a weight, and we are going to use this glass weight that's for wide mouth. But you can also, like at Florist Department, buy the little pebbles that are about that big, the little rocks that people put in floral arrangements, and that works very well also. See, I'm already having, you always want to have a bowl under for the overflow. So there you go. Okay, we're going to use a fermentation lid, but of course you could just, you know, put it like that and leave it loose, you know, because your pickles and your grape leaf are under the liquid, under the brine, so you're fine. But I like to use these bubblers because they'll fall when it's finished fermenting, and then I don't even have to check it. But about after 3 days, you can start checking your pickles to see if you like the taste. But mine usually go pretty close to a week, but of course it just depends on the temperature, ambient temperature in your home. But anyway, these little bubblers work. They have a little seal like this. This is going to, okay. And it has a little buoy, I guess, that floats, and you're going to add water. They usually come with a line on them with water. Okay, put the little float or buoy and cover it with a lid. Okay, and you just put it right in the hole right here. Okay, I have a jar that is finished fermenting. I want to show you what that looks like. This is completely normal for the brine to be a little cloudy. See, the little buoy has dropped, so I know that it's ready. Okay, so we are going to get this ready to just store in the refrigerator, and usually my pickles will usually keep for about a year, so I like to cover it with a canning lid and ring. So do that, and add the date and put in your refrigerator, and you have a very, very, very good, perfect condiment to go with your meals. And we'll add, they help you digest your food. They have lots of probiotics, but you know, it's really every meal, just to have a little bite of a probiotic or like a pickle with your meal is just a really great way to, you know, help your body digest your food. So I hope that this helps. This is like a super easy way. So just, you know, if you want to make another quart, just repeat the whole process, and you will find this is the easiest way to ferment cucumbers. I want to give you a reminder to keep all your ferments separate. Keep your kombucha, sourdough, your fermenting cucumbers, kefir, keep everything away from each other, because you want to make sure that your cultures don't cross-contaminate. We use fermentation to preserve a lot of our food around the farmstead, so please watch some of our videos about fermentation. Our cucumbers turned out beautiful. I hope I've inspired you to try fermenting. This is a perfect starter ferment. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel for more on farmstead living, and please follow us on social media, and please give this video a like. And every Sunday, please tune in at 5 p.m. for more videos. From our Texas Hill Country farmstead to you, have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.